Right, Jim, 3-2 win against Scarborough today. Much improved performance versus last time we were at home, and it must be a big relief for you.
I think it was really important for us. Obviously, we still had concerns. We only had one player come off the injury table, but we were able to add Ed and Christel, galvanise the group in terms of the way we organised them, and I felt that the shape worked to a certain point, but players within that shape made it work superbly, and none more so than Pratty. Tremendous leadership from him as captain in terms of the effort he put in and the quality he showed. But really pleased for lads, because it's been a tough week for them. We've got 4 18-year-olds playing today still, and they've all had a full game Saturday, full game Tuesday. So tremendous for them, and the senior players who've been asked to share a heavier load. I'm really pleased for them, because I think what we did today, we deserve that win.
Now, you can't knock any hat-trick. Well, I've seen some scruffy ones down the years, but that one was a cracking hat-trick. Specifically the second goal as well.
Yeah, the shape worked really well for the first goal, in the terms of that if they opened up, that we could perhaps counter on the transition. And I thought Tungy and Pratty did really well to an engineer. I was a bit worried there, but he executed that volley brilliantly. Again, we had another transitional counter, maybe more of a classic counter-attack. And the way that he finished with a word I love, with aplomb, absolute quality, and that put us in a great position. And I think we needed that boost at that point in the game. The third goal, I'm more pleased with, because it was one off the training ground. I thought we had opportunities on Tuesday night, and we've got players who still think old-fashioned, floated crosses have all got to be in the air, but that favours huge keepers and huge centre halves. And I felt that if they leave us a little weakness for a low cross, let's exploit it. And credit Christel, he recognised it, and Pratty was asked to dart to the near post across any zonal player, and it becomes an easy finish, because 3/4 of the goals on the cross. But that was, for me, a nice way for Pratty to finish his hat-trick, and it's nice to win with something off the training ground, because sometimes on training ground you're having to look at trialists, managers, players, manage the loading, and occasionally we get the opportunity just to add a little bit to a team, and if it pays off, then great. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't a complete performance. There was lots of moments where we looked tentative and nervous and gave the ball away cheaply, but there was lots of positives, and I felt that if we worked hard, showed discipline, and showed a cutting edge, that we had a chance today, and the lads have shown that.
When you score a goal from a set piece or something that's been worked on the training ground, does it give you that extra little bit of satisfaction, I suppose, compared to a regular goal from open play?
No, don't get me wrong. I love the first 2 goals, because that's what we come to watch. We come to see quality. We come to see players who make things happen. But yeah, of course, managers, we have to work on set play, because there's lots of occasions where you have opportunities. If you go back to our win against Nantwich, a win against Stafford, a goal against South Shields, a win against FC United, they come from set plays. So I always ask my players to be ruthless from open play. But if you can't get that, get set plays, win set plays, and effectively theirs 2 came from set plays. They put us under pressure from a long throw and from a corner. So we've got work to do in terms of managing the physicality and the problems from set plays. But today it was nice for us and satisfying that, and that just reminds the players that if you think differently, you can have success, because we're not the biggest team. So I've been asking for low shots, low crosses, and potentially when the opportunity arises for low set plays. And so yeah, pleased with that. But again, I'm not going to pat myself on the back for the part that I played in terms of the shape, the structure, to keep them at bay, to get us up the pitch, to get set plays and the set play. Because ultimately it's all about the players performing within that set of tactics. And there's some players clearly there that no matter what the tactics have got the quality. But for me it was really pleasing that they went out and made the system work.
There's a couple of very assured debuts today, Ed and Christel, and some of Ed's tackling was surgical at times.
Yeah, it's becoming a dying art, tackling. But what I like about Ed is that he clearly loves defending. I think at this club we've got some great midfielders, all-round midfielders. But I think there's a niche in a defensive centre midfielder, somebody that screens, protects. We'll call him a Makaleli type player. Other clubs have always used 2 holding midfielders because it's very difficult for one to cover the whole pitch and cover both full-backs. But I thought we had really pleased for him. I think he came in and gave us that little bit of that depth between the defence, because we don't always squeeze up very well, and we concede ground a little bit too much. So sometimes you need somebody between the lines to kill the 10s or the creative attacking midfielders. And I was really pleased for his performance. Tough one for Cristal. He's coming in, but he can play both sides. He's got a set play, so that was a seamless one for him. So those 2 players plus the return of Tongi definitely helped what we were trying to achieve today.
And it kind of freed up Cam Fogarty as well to express himself a bit more in the centre.
Yeah, I think what's been really tough for Cam, because going back to the last song, I think he got a little bit of criticism for trying to play out from the back, and I thought that most teams set up with 2 or 3, and in their particular case we expect them to set up with 4 in midfield, a diamond. It's very hard to play through that, so sometimes you have to play around it or over it, and therefore rather than connecting with your defenders, you've got to connect with your front players. And I've been encouraging that more, and we've seen a great goal from him at Glossop, where he wants to offer himself to the back players, but then recognises that when we play through the lines, you join in. And for him, it was a great goal, the first goal at Glossop. So, and I think that was what he's been doing for the youth team. And I think here, because of the nature of the players we've had, he's been sort of pigeonholed a little bit into this holding midfielders, defensive one who links to play. And I think that belies some of the other qualities that he brings to the game.
We've got a big game next week, home here against Mosley in the FA Trophy. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm beginning to get worried, because everybody thinks this is like building this up to the size of the cow, as the song says. But no, it's a big game. Every game's a big game. I mean, what was really important after Basford was a low point, so many injuries, another player goes off. We can see the second goal when we're down to 10 men, teenagers all over the pitch, and I'm feeling sorry for them because they can't help them anymore. But they turned up Tuesday and they deserve to win. 9 teenagers played that night. You've got to remember there's 4 18-year-olds played today, and 3 of them, Harry, Cameron and Fenton, played back-to-back 3 games in a week after not. Well, Cameron, we always underestimate his profession, and I think he's the one who's played every game since I've been here. But the other 2, it's been a huge thing for them to come in and play 3 games. So we've got to be careful about their loading. But no, really pleased for them. Like I said, a huge challenge now as the players come back in, because I love to have good young players in the team, but that's been a tremendous experience for them. But a big shout out for the backbone of the team, the Jordan Fagballs, the Bradley Roscoes, James Young, Liam Tom Pratty. They were immense today, because there's been times when they've had to lift their game and show leadership to help the young ones. And today, we've seen that all the way from Jordan up to Pratty, who was immense.
How's Kieran looking, by the way? He went off in the first half.
Yeah, it's a strange one. I mean, again, you just think, oh, here we go. Another one. That's 11, 1 back, so it's back to 10.
3 left backs.
Yeah, well, I believe he got some bang on Tuesday, but wasn't too bad. And I don't know if he got another one on it. Obviously, I don't think we need to get an X-ray, but sometimes the intercostal muscles between the ribs, you have to get them to really sore, and every time you breathe, it's a right stabbing pain, painful, and obviously we were extremely uncomfortable with it. But it was brilliant to have Chris on the bench, because he could play left, right, he could left back, centre, right back, both wing back roles, both wing roles, and he seamlessly stepped in and was able to take the set play. So it's great for him to be introduced, and he's in great condition because of the football he's been playing this season. So really pleased for Science, because they made a big difference today and just tipped us over the edge in terms of that fine line between success and failure. And so great debuts.
Well, you signed from Prestwich Hayes down in the North West Counties League. Are you specifically scouting down in the counties at the moment?
Not particularly. I can't say I scouted him. He scouted us.
Oh really?
Yeah. I think yes, we are looking in the North West Counties. We are looking in the Everstick. We are looking in other clubs where the players don't play. Under 18s, under 21s, under 23s. There's a host of players from different avenues. The one thing we've got to remember at this club, there's a great group of players here. Unfortunately, some of them are injured, but when they're all back, I think we'll have a really good group. My first three league games, we've got 2 wins and a really positive performance against South Shields. So if we return to that group, we'll be in a good position. But there was 2 or 3 positions where I felt we were lacking, and left centre back, holding midfielder and a 9. So we've still got to add those players. But Crystal, like I said, he was keen to. He played at Stadabridge last season. Tough season for everybody last year with COVID. He played for Prestwich because it was football for him, but he was desperate for an opportunity. And I love people that approach me. I mean, like if Harry Ditchfield can have a trial, yeah, come. And then they try, and because of injuries, you're playing Saturday. It's a wonderful story for them. But as I always say to people, just ask, because there's people out there helping people get in the game. And ask, show up, and then turn up and play. And if you're good enough, you stay in. So his is a different story than say Ed, who was, if you like, noticed, and we asked the right questions, and he thought it was the right profile. A lad with proven ability, with potential. But yeah, we've not got the biggest budget here, and we want to build, but we certainly want to embrace all the quality that's here and all the attitude to play for Hyde here, and also add players then that can enhance the group and make us start shaping into a team and a squad that's got a real chance of having a good run of form that starts giving us positivity, that we can keep growing and kind of get better and better. And but today was the first step, and hopefully we make big steps as we go forward.
Sounds good to me. Thanks very much.